Hello everybody and welcome to the midweek market update from Smack the Markets for the 10th of July. So today we've got quite a bit of news going on. I think all the focus is turning towards US interest rates and Mr. Powell's sort of testimony later on in today's sort of trading session. I think the main focus is going to be on that. There's a high expectation of interest rates declining, but of course, you know, we need to hear what Mr. Powell has got to say, and that's going to be quite a driver, I think, for a lot of momentum later on today. So let's take a look at some of the markets here that we've been looking at and trading in the trading room, and certainly the ones that we discussed on Monday's newsletter. Now, the first one, if we come and have a look at the US stock markets here and take a look at the Dow Jones future. From Monday, we were looking, our bias was long, I should say, here on US stock markets, although we were looking for a retracement back into value areas on at the beginning of the week. Now, that's sort of broadly happened, actually. We've had a drift back into, in fact, just underneath quite a technical level here on this market. So 26,800, been a very technical level for us on in the trading room, and we've had many trading opportunities around this on lower time frames. But now it's sort of come back into that value area here. We've got reasonable geometry on the market. Things do seem to be a little bit sort of flattening out here with the sort of indicators, but until the trend stops, I'm still willing to go with the trend. And if we think about things from a fundamental perspective, if US interest rates do decline, then that's likely to be positive for stocks. Typically, it's positive for stocks. Now, that could give the market here enough information to be able to break through 26,800. North of 26,800, we'll be looking for a retest up here towards that 27,000. So if we come and take a quick look at this on the sort of 4-hour time frame, you can see the 26,800 level here. Been quite a technical level for this market, and even though on the 4-hour time frame this market is in a short trend, we have got support underneath price. So we've got sort of 26.70. We've also underneath there we've got quite a big sort of key area at 26,500. So break to the short side, we've got 26.500, but our preference here is for those higher time frames trends to continue and prevail, and we'll certainly be looking at long opportunities above 26,800 up to 27,000 sort of area. Now, if we come and have a look at oil, oil here on the on Monday, we were looking for oil to break through 58, this 58 level, and looking for trading opportunities up to well, just north of this sort of $60 level, so up towards that sort of 60 sort of 50 area. The market took its time to eventually break through 58. In fact, it decisively broke through last night. That's now nicely within this trading window, and this morning we managed to capture a 2-target trade on this, moving long. At the moment we're flat on this, so we've booked profits because of the news announcements coming later on today, but we still like this market long up to well, up to that sort of 60-50 area here, and looking for that trading window there to close. Then if we come and have a look at the Forex market that we discussed on Monday, what we were looking for here on Monday was lower prices on Euro AUD. We're looking at opportunities underneath this sort of just above this sort of 1.6 level, and indeed you can see exactly what happened. The market sort of found too much support here. In fact, you know, this was very much driven by the economics of the sort of fundamentals here, change in fundamentals, which coincided nicely with the technical level, and the market's now had complete reverse. So our bias has certainly changed here for short opportunities on Euro AUD, at least for the time being. The trends on this sort of market looking sort of fairly like they're going to be turning around. On the mid-time frames, they have turned around. Not quite there yet on the daily, but I think that this level and the short opportunities are now sort of finished. So what other opportunities have we got on currency markets? Well, one of the markets here that we've been looking at all week and we rather like is Aussie against the Swissy. So if we take a look at this on the weekly chart, we can see that for some time here, the Aussie has been quite weak against the Swissy. We've recently had a 2-week rally back up into some significant support and resistance structures, and also back into the moving average sort of zones here. This week, the market has sold off nicely within this region, and it's just broken through the level here, the lower level of support. So this is looking nice for this weekly trend to continue. And if it does, well, we've got to be looking for, lower prices down here below 67, sort of 60. So that gives us plenty of distance on these sort of lower time frames. The daily chart rolling over sort of quite nicely, and these 4-hour time frames now in confirmed short trend. So again, if we have a look at this market on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we've got nice sort of short trend here. We've got convergence to the short side. There are some structures here that we can use for trading windows. You can see that currently at the moment the market's nicely within a trading window, so there's plenty of distance to the short side. Then again, underneath sort of 68, sort of 68, sort of 46 area, there's another trading window underneath that, and they're quite decent sort of size trading windows too. Come down to the lower time frames, and you can see where the trend structure is. We've got nice trend structure. We've got market geometry as well. So again, looking for value areas on some of these low time frames for positioning. So there's a few markets there that we're keeping a close eye on in the trading room going into the second half of this week. I certainly hope it helps. I look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.